Are you tired of driving the ordinary, average, everyday road? Today I'm going to show you why this road, it could be the cure to your blues.
How you play the game with the people that writing the rules. Ain't the fame that I'm after when paying the dues. I've been through the pain that's reflected in the attitude. Might be winning now, but the thing is that I had to lose. So go and tell me what you really want to do. You're lonely at the top cause there ain't a lot of room. Ain't no one I see, that's all I ever knew. So I'ma get it poppin', you know how I'ma do. I've been down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. I've been down through the blood and the sweat. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. Yeah, I'm going all in.
And where can one find this remedy for the garden variety road? This magic elixir can only be found in Virginia, along the Union Springs Road. We awoke that morning to sunshine in our dispersed camp along Skidmore Fork. After a quick breakfast, we loaded into our Jeeps and drove off along Skidmore Fork into the Virginia wilderness. My name is Chris, and today I'm driving this 2023 Gladiator, 37-inch tires with a leveling kit, along with my dog Roo. Reacher is the next member of our crew today, driving his Gladiator on 37-inch tires and a 4-inch lift, accompanied by his girlfriend Adriana and his dog Kanan. Also with us today is Bill's son Tristan, driving our JKU. This vehicle's on 35-inch tires with a leveling kit. And that leaves Bill behind the camera today. You might not get to see him much along this road, but you're certainly gonna hear him. It's not quite 9 miles from State Route 33 all the way up Skidmore Fork to where it meets with Union Springs Road. Skidmore Fork is probably around a level 3 trail due to some small rock obstacles and mud holes. Although Bill and I had watched a couple of YouTube videos on Union Springs Road, we still weren't quite sure what to expect when we got there. Was it going to be a lot of repeat obstacles or just 1 or 2 major obstacles along the way? Because we didn't know what to expect on Union Springs for filming purposes, we found ourselves stopping to film even small obstacles, like this little mud hole. Or other obstacles like this little rock.
There's a nice big boulder up here if you want to come record.
I was just thinking that. I was like, do I go to the left? Do I go to the right? Why wouldn't I just drive over that? Bill might want to film that.
Bill did want to film that, and he had a very distinct idea about how I should drive over this rock.
There. Back, back, back.
I'm not sure that's quite what he had in mind, but it worked for me.
Actually quite a pretty trail. I'm enjoying it.
Isn't this supposed to be like a blue?
No, this is a green trail. Union Springs is the blue.
But even a green trail can have some enticing little obstacles, perfect for beginners. If your goal in driving Skidmore Fork is to reach Flagpole Knob, this is a beautiful scenic trail with just a little bit of a challenge here and there along the way. But I'd say just about any 4-wheel drive with high clearance could drive it.
It's not a huge puddle, but it's a puddle.
I'm coming.
But Bill never got the chance to film us going through that mud hole because there were several people coming the other way, including one we would never have expected to see on this trail.
Well, I hope you got that sidecar on video. Yes, I did. I'd have had $1 million, or I would have bet $1 million if we would have seen one of those today. And it looked really, really nice. Like, why are you having it on trail? a European-built bike, and they make them look old school, but I bet you their pricing is crap. They probably make like 10 of them a year or something, who knows?
All right, this is our left onto Union Springs.
Skidmore Fork was a pretty average level 3 road, but one glance at Union Springs told me this road was going to be remarkable.
A brand new Gladiator with a lift kit would look a hell of a lot better with you up in it. Come on, put that in the video.
So the question
And Bill's
is,
filming
up on that
commentary,
first
it might be remarkable too.
Yeah, I'm busy doing my creative stuff.
How exactly does a below average beginner driver, somebody like me, tackle this kind of road? In a Jeep, really all you have to do is just drive. Union Springs Road is an 11-mile stretch of dirt, rock, mud hole, and scenic mountain view. As this track meanders down the spine of the mountain, it encounters many easy obstacles, as well as some level 4 and 5 rock ledges and deep mud holes.
Brand new Gladiator with a lift kit would look a hell of a lot better with you up in it. Come on!
As I had only about a week's worth of off-road experience at this point, I often found myself getting out to survey those obstacles and get some insight from the boys as to the best lines to take.
Good line choice.
I've always found it interesting watching these people drive, because the way they drive often reflects a lot about their personality. Some off-road drivers drive rapidly through these trails, some with careless nonchalance across obstacles, and others with methodical precision. Some drivers drive slowly and timidly. You wonder whether they're going to make it over that next small rock ledge. Yet others drive with purposeful confidence. Those are the ones that can make even a massive obstacle seem easy. And beyond whether a driver is rapid or slow, timid or confident, there's also a sense of elegance that can be found in some drivers as they carve a line down the mountainside, almost like they were gliding.
A brand new Gladiator with a lift kit would look a hell of a lot better with you up in it. Come on! You have to pick the best one because they're all good.
Now, I don't know about you, but I've always been a little too clumsy to be graceful. So me, I'm going to drive with a little extra edge. And the fact that I've been driving off-road for maybe 7 or 8 days, well, that just means sometimes I'm not going to make the right choice.
Stop!
What Bill was most concerned with here is whether I was so close to that rock with the back passenger tire that I might tear the sidewall. Thankfully, that didn't happen today. The boys, on the other hand, were both smart enough to avoid that risk. When I'm creating the narration and voiceover for these videos, I'm always looking for a tidbit of history or a story or something entertaining to tell you about while we're driving these trails, because there's so much more to the trails than just the rocks and the trees and the mud. But although I couldn't find anything like that for this particular trail, I did happen upon some interesting off-road advice created by AI. As to mud holes, AI suggested you should air down your tires and drive slowly through mud holes, not like this. And AI was also smart enough to suggest that you add traction if you start to slip or lose grip. But what do they suggest you add traction with? Why, clothing, blankets, and sticks. Isn't that exactly what you'd put in a mud hole to get more traction? It's clear AI also has no concept of off-roading because AI will tell you that you should never drive over a boulder or a rock of any size because driving over that can cause serious damage to your vehicle and injure your passengers. I get the feeling that if AI were in charge of these Jeeps, it would make them all turn around and go home. And what fun is that?
Bill, do you want another big mud puddle?
Big boy.
Maybe I can avoid the serious rocks this time.
She needs some new parts. Send it.
Please, no. We want to spend money on those other things, the new parts. More mud. You could probably do this one out the side window if you wanted, but it's up to you.
You know what he wants. He's trying to handcuff a legend.
You can do what you'd like. I'll figure it out when I start editing. Welcome to Meadow Knob.
Meadow Knob is a beautiful open area at an elevation of 3,894 feet. You can find this about 1.5 miles into the Union Springs Road if you come from the direction of Flagpole Knob. This is a very popular spot for dispersed camping, and you're likely to find several established campsites in the area.
Nice little site right here too in the pines.
Just below Meadow Knob, I encountered another obstacle that was just intimidating enough for me to get out and walk the lines.
You can see somebody's hit their diff right there.
But before any of us had a chance to drive this obstacle, we had the pleasure of watching this 392 come up the mountainside and choose their line.
I'll trade you both my Jeeps for that one.
The first 9 miles of Union Springs Road were sometimes easy, but more often than not, you were finding obstacles that, well, they would tear parts of your vehicle off if you let them. So by now, I hope you'll agree that this particular road, it's not your everyday, average, ordinary road. But even the beauty of the challenges of a road like Union Springs, they have to come to an end somewhere. And that's where you find yourself back on that ordinary, average track. And that's exactly what the last few miles of this road are. Just your ordinary, regular Forest Service road. But if you're not quite done with having an adventure yet, you can always do exactly what we did and go out and seek out Reddish Knob and Flagpole Knob. If you want to be part of that adventure, you're just going to have to come back next time and join us. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Now go out and find your own adventure.